Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the National News Broadcast. We are coming to you live from Rupavahini's news studios. I'm Dilanjali Ananda.
And I'm Prashant De Silva. First, it's a look at the headlines. The President says the country can be steered to a rapid development by uniting as Sri Lankans. The increased electricity tariff percentage is to be reduced totally. The national television wins many Sumati Awards. Muslim League and the People's Party in Pakistan say that they form a government. Now on to local stories in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe in his address at the inaugural ceremony of the 10th National Scout Jamboree held at the Koneswara Hindu Vidyalaya Stadium in Trincomalee this morning.
It underscored the potential of Sri Lankans to steer the nation towards rapid development and fortify its security for future generations through unified efforts. Emphasizing the inclusive nature of the event, the President highlighted that participation in the National Scout Jamboree transcends divisions of caste and religion. He articulated that unity among Sri Lankans, spanning from the north to the south and from Colombo to Trincomalee, is pivotal in accomplishing shared objectives. President Wickremesinghe pledged his support for the expansion of the Scout Association, noting its role in nurturing responsible citizens essential for the country. Furthermore, he announced the plans to facilitate collaboration between the Scout Association and the Ministry of Technology, underscoring the importance of leveraging interactions across sectors for national development. Today marked the opening of the 10th National Scout Jamboree, organised by the Sri Lanka Scout Association, graced by the presence of Sri Lanka's Chief Scout, President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka hereby declare the 10th National Scout Jamboree of Sri Lanka Scouts Association officially open and call upon all Jamborites to follow the Scout law and promise.
Themed Leadership for Change, this week-long National Jamboree, held from February 20th to 26th, has drawn a crowd of 11,500 scouts and scout leaders from both local and international arenas. Notably, this edition of the Jamboree witnesses the participation of a delegation from the Girl Guide Association for the first time, alongside the inclusion of Cub Scouts, enhancing the event's significance. Arrival of President Ranil Wickremesinghe at the 10th National Scout Jamboree was met with a warm welcome from the Chief Commissioner of Sri Lanka Scouts, Attorney at Law Janaprith Fernando, who also presented the President with a belt and a medal. In commemoration of this occasion, a special stamp was issued for the National Scout Jamboree, and the souvenirs created at the district level, including the main souvenir, were presented to the President. In a symbolic gesture, marking the introduction of the new uniform for the Sri Lanka Scout Association, President Ranil Wickremesinghe presented it to the Chief Scout Commissioner, Janaprith Fernando. President Ranil Wickremesinghe, serving as Chief Scout of Sri Lanka, was also honoured with Jamboree souvenirs and commemorative gifts during the ceremony. Subsequently, the President actively engaged in observing the camps established at the 10th National Scout Jamboree. The Jamboree boasts participation from Scouts representing 28 countries, including America, Australia, Canada, Sweden, Austria, England, France, Portugal, India, South Korea, Singapore, Thailand, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Indonesia. Each day of the Jamboree features a diverse array of practical activities for the Scouts, including firework displays and cultural shows. Notably, the Jamboree is open to the public starting today from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that this is a gathering where Scouts and Girl Guides from all corners of Sri Lanka converge. Today, you are not representing your individual schools, religions or nations. Rather, you all are standing here, united as Sri Lankan Scouts. He said that we are all Sri Lankans. The President said that he extends his gratitude to each one of you present here. Your presence today signifies the weaving of a strong bond that stretches from Point Pedro to Dondra Point. Moreover, it fosters a friendship bridging Colombo and Trincomalee. Your unity is paramount, as it will propel this Jamboree to fulfill a unique mission. From the Scout movement emerges a group of exemplary citizens, a necessity for our nation. Upon assuming the role of Chief Scout, the President queried the Chief Scout Commissioner about the feasibility of expanding our membership to 200,000. Receiving an affirmative response, it became evident that collective efforts are required to fortify this Scout movement. The President said that looking ahead, our aim extends to reaching a membership of 250,000. However, the hurdle lies in resource scarcity. It's noteworthy that upon achieving the 200,000 target, additional funding is anticipated to sustain this endeavour. However, a carefully crafted plan is essential. He said that furthermore, these movements serve as conduits for spreading new knowledge and technology. By the upcoming National Scout Jamboree next year, we anticipate integrating artificial intelligence into our programs. We extend our support to integrate fields like agricultural modernization and environmental protection into the Scout movement. The President said that we urge you to fulfill your duty to the country through Scouting. You have done so thus far, and we expect even greater dedication in the future. It's not just Scouts, but everyone who must fulfill their duty to the nation. The question remains whether all of us will step up. The main concern lies in whether those in politics will fulfill their obligations. 2 years ago, we endured immense hardships. There were shortages of electricity, fuel and fertilizer for farming. Many struggled to have 3 meals a day. Our nation faced severe economic distress, verging on bankruptcy. However, we are slowly recovering from that crisis. While we have provided some relief to the people, challenges persist. Yet, to ensure the triumph of our nation, we must persevere on this path. After steering the country away from bankruptcy, our next collective responsibility is to construct a nation. The pressing question before us is whether the politicians are prepared for this challenge at present. Hence, the President implored everyone to embark on this journey together. With united efforts, we can forge a brighter future for our country within the next 10 to 15 years. Let us consider it our duty to the forthcoming generations of our nation. Once again, the President extended his heartfelt congratulations to the participants of the National Scout Jamboree. Now, today is the third day of the 37th ministerial session of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization's Regional Conference for Asia and Pacific, hosted by Sri Lanka. The key focus of today's deliberation was how to transform agri-food systems and act as a joint global agent by the membership of the FAO in the face of emerging global challenges.
The 37th conference focused its major attention on Asia-Pacific region, which is now home to 3 of the world's 5 largest economies. Ministers and high-ranking officials of over 40 countries who gathered in Colombo, the conference are discussing of the ways and the means of countering global challenges in the field of food and agriculture. Key topics of the third day's deliberation included the food security and nutrition in the Asia-Pacific region, building resilience to agri-food system transformation, and saving food and water while reducing losses and waste.
Yes, Ms. Channel, now previously Ms. Beth explained about the global perspectives and the broader picture. So when we focus our attention to the Asia-Pacific region and the small developing island nations like Sri Lanka, so what's the regional perspective of this initiative, which is started from our region?
Well, the regional conferences have been going on for a number of years. What has happened is, from our headquarters, is they've decided to make them broader for a more sort of a better chance for discussion among the members. And there are up to 46 member nations in this region. You know, I guess we all know that this region is prone to disasters and crises, natural disasters. And we've gone through the pandemic, the long trail of the pandemic, and this region's been hit hard, really hard, compared to other parts of the world. Everybody suffered through the pandemic, but this region and the recovery has taken a bit longer. And so these sort of forums where everybody comes together, not just agriculture ministers, but ministers of fisheries, forestry, etc., this is a chance for them to get together and share their experiences. And in this you know, the world's biggest, most vast region still has, 371 million hungry people. So these meetings are not just talking shops. They're trying to achieve important things. And ultimately the idea is to share experiences and come up with better production, better nutrition, better environment, and a better life. And those are the four approaches that we follow and that we're following in this region right now.
So what will be the follow-up action of this summit?
Well, what will happen is this regional conference, the member nations will give us guidance on what they want us to do over the next 2 years. And that's basically the whole purpose of these sessions, is to get together with our members to tell us what they want us to do. We give them some ideas of what we think we can do and what we are doing, and to find a pathway forward. And I think, as you heard the Director General already say, the countries in this region are critical to that recovery. We're only just a few years away, well, more than just a few years away, but we're getting closer to the sustained, the SDG goals, the deadline of Agenda 2030, and we're way off track. And Asia and the Pacific as a region is way off track. The world is off track. So we need to do more.
Yes, finally, very briefly, what's FAO doing in Asia Pacific?
Well, we work across all kinds of sectors. So we have, at any time in this region, there's more than 300 technical cooperation projects going on, a huge number. I think there was up to, there were hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that are being spent on projects to improve production, to improve nutrition, to improve environment, and for livelihoods as well. So it's hard to just say, in a sentence, what are we doing? We're doing a lot, and the members who are here realize that, and so we're working with them to do even more.
Minister of Power and Energy Kantana Wijayasekara says that the percentage of increased electricity tariff in last October will be totally removed by the new amendment. He made this remark joining the adjournment debate of the Parliament on the current economic situation of the country today. Several public representatives expressed their views regarding this decision as well. Parliamentarian Tushara Indanil said that economic theory of these groups is against the people. They increased taxes, electricity tariff and fuel prices unlimitedly. State Minister Ranjit Siyamalapitiya said that people are now passing the most difficult era. The state income increased through high taxes, even though direct or indirect general public are the final sufferers. The government increased taxes to strengthen the economy on behalf of the entire population in the island. In the meantime, the government takes decisions to provide relief to various groups of people in the country. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa said that the SJB will initiate a full program to eradicate poverty. The SJB has already prepared these plans. Mr. Nima Siripala de Silva said that the opposition leader living in an imaginary world. President Ranil Wickremesinghe is the leader who has practically established law and order in the country and established the economy. He saved the bankrupt country. The government is accountable to hold the presidential election at the right time. Any candidate of the opposition can take this challenge. There is no opportunity for any leader other than Ranil Wickremesinghe. Parliamentarian Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said that the government evaded 2 elections. Therefore, all citizens have awakened to seek democracy. This ruling party cannot suppress the real power of people. Parliamentarian Gayantha Karunatilaka said
ශ්‍රී ලංකාව පත් වෙලා තිබෙනවා. විදුලි පරිභෝජනය මේ වෙනකොට 122කින් අඩු වෙලා. සමහර මිනිස්සු ව්‍යාපාර කරන මිනිස්සු කඩ කරන මිනිස්සු කලින් පිටත් වෙලා යනවා ලයිට් දාන වෙලාවෙන් ඉස්සෙල්ලා.
Parliamentarian Gayanth Karunatilaka said that Sri Lanka has become the country that has the highest electricity rates in the Asian region. Minister Kanchana Wijesekara said that in last October, the electricity bill of domestic category and religious places was increased by 18%. Industrial and hotel sector, the bill was only increased by 12%. For the government institutions, the increase is at 24%. By the next amendment, the electricity tariffs may reduce to the previous rates. Now, the 29th Sumati Awards ceremony was held in Sri Jayawardhanapura last evening.
Many TV programs aired by the national television in 2022 and 2023 were awarded at this ceremony. The best current program of 2023 was the Sukkanama, produced by Tharangi Athuraliya. The program Rata, produced by Viraj Dharmadasa in 2022, was awarded as the best periodical program. The best educational program of the year 2022 was the Man Asai Mata Kiyanna, produced by Janaka Sujeeva. Susanthi Premachandra won the award for the best sports program of 2022. Jaimini Ile Peruma won the award for the best sports program in 2023. Supun Ratnayaka was awarded for the best scriptwriter for his contribution in the Thumpane teledrama. Madhura Prabhashwara was awarded as the best teledrama actor in 2022. He won this award for his role played as Vikram Siri in the teledrama Thumpane. Supun Ratnayaka of the national television accepted the award on behalf of him. The best supporting actor award went to Randika Gunathilaka of Thumpane teledrama. Ruvi Lakmali won the special award of the jury in relation to the year 2022.
Iran's Minister of Foreign Affairs Hussein Amir Abdullahian engaged in discussions with President Ranil Wickremesinghe during an official visit to Sri Lanka. The meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday evening and centered on key issues including the ongoing violence in Gaza and opportunities for enhancing bilateral cooperation. President Wickremesinghe reiterated the Sri Lankan government's firm stance on the Gaza conflict, emphasizing the immediate necessity for violence cessation and the urgent need for a peace settlement. He underscored the principle that any peace agreement must be inclusive and not based solely on the demands of either side. Additionally, the President proposed the establishment of a Palestinian state within a time frame of 5 years, ensuring the security of both Palestine and Israel. Highlighting Sri Lanka's strategic position in the Indian Ocean, President Wickremesinghe emphasized the nation's commitment to ensuring freedom of navigation, particularly in the Persian Gulf. He stressed the vital role of Persian Gulf and in the border context of Indian Ocean security. In response, Minister Amir expressed Iran's dedication. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena met Iranian Foreign Minister at the Temple Trees yesterday. They focused attention to enhance the bilateral relations between the two countries and to widen the cooperation on the development programs. It is also expected to enhance trade and investment opportunities between the two countries. The Prime Minister expressed his gratitude to the Iranian envoy for the support extended by the Iranian government to implement or Uma-Oya multi-purpose development project. Iranian Foreign Minister Hussein Amir Abdullahian expressed his satisfaction for the success of Uma-Oya project. He added that Iran is ready to increase cooperation with Sri Lanka in many sectors. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardene says that the persons who are attempting to take power should reveal their plan to manage the income and expenditure of the country.
He also pointed out that even a sum of 10 trillion rupees was not sufficient to cover the expenditure for salaries of public servants, as well as from allowances and other expenses last year. He made these remarks addressing the sit-and-see celebrations of Faizatul Nasriya Muslim Girls' School in Beruwala recently. The school is considered as the first Muslim girls' school. A special stamp was also released to mark this event. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardene said that in 2023, even after increasing various taxes, including VAT, only a sum of 3 trillion rupees was the income. For payment of salaries, pensions and other relief allowances and to pay foreign debts, the Treasury needed 13 trillion rupees last year. Whoever became the president in this country must explain how he manages to pay 13 trillion rupees expenditure with an income of 3 trillion rupees.
The Mahanayaka Theras of the Malwata and Askiriya chapters expressed their commendation for the draft bill of the Commission for Truth, Peace and Reconciliation. Director General of the Interim Secretariat of the Truth and Reconciliation Mechanism, Dr. Asanga Gunavansa, and several other officials recently met Mahanayaka Thera of the Malwata chapter, Most Venerable Tibbatuave Sri Sumangala Thera, and Mahanayaka of the Askiriya chapter, Most Venerable Varakagoda Sri Nyanlata Thera, and handed over the relevant draft bill. The Mahanayaka Theras agreed to further study the draft bill and issue a joint opinion in this connection. The officials informed the Mahanayaka Theras over the progress of the Truth and Reconciliation Mechanism so far.
And now for a few more local news items in brief. A comprehensive international exhibition of garment and apparel industry will be held from the 29th of this month to the 2nd of March in Colombo. It has been organized by the SIMS Global USA. A special series of programs on the mental health of workers at the local industrial sector and their well-being was kicked off in Birgama Export Processing Zone yesterday. It has been jointly organized by the International Labour Organization and Board of Investment in Sri Lanka. A special workshop was held yesterday at the Parliament Complex. It was organized by the Secretarial Oversight Committee in Parliament. Two books compiled by Senior Professor and Head of the Sinhala Department at the Colombo University, Sandagomi Koparheba, were launched yesterday at the New Arts Theatre. Milestones of Sinhala Language After Independence and the New Edition of the Sinhala Words Dictionary are the titles of the two books. Sri Lanka Family Planning Association has organized a special series of medical clinics island-wide for women. One of the programs, titled Suvanari, was held at the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation premises today. A book titled Asurogana, written by Ayoma Nirmali Samrasinghe, was launched recently at the auditorium of the National Library and Documentation Services Board in Colombo. Kantale Wanela area in the picturesque with a herd of wild elephants these days.
This herd is frequently visible for visitors in the area. The villagers say that these elephants have not caused any harm to them so far. This herd of wild elephants frequently comes to Wan Ala irrigational tank area, especially at the daytime. Among them, there is two stubborn jambos always quarreling with each other. The significant number of this herd is a calf with beautiful pair of tusks. Our Wan Ala reporters say that many local and foreign tourists are arriving at the area to see these beautiful scenes. That's all the news we have from home. Stay tuned for international stories coming up next.
Back with foreign news, two of Pakistan's leading political parties have reached a formal agreement to form a coalition government days after inconclusive national elections did not return a clear majority. PMLN President and former Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that the Pakistan People's Party and the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz now have required numbers to form a government. Sitting beside Sharif at a news conference in Islamabad, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, former Foreign Minister and chairperson of the PPP, confirmed that Sharif would be the coalition's candidate for Prime Minister. He added that his father Asif al-Zardari would be the alliance's candidate for president. The PMLN is the largest party with 79 seats and the PPP is second with 54. They, along with four other smaller parties, have a comfortable majority in the legislature of 264 seats.
Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin has given North Korean leader Kim Jong-un a luxury Russian-made car. Pyongyang state media said a limousine was delivered to North Korean leader Kim's top aides on Sunday. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov later confirmed the gift, saying it was a full-sized luxury sedan of the type used by Russian President Putin himself. During that visit, the North Korean leader inspected Senate limousine.
Melbourne's MCG came alive as Taylor Swift draws the biggest concert crowd of her career. Taylor Swift has played to the biggest crowd of her career at Melbourne's MCG Stadium. The star said on stage that she was overjoyed to have been told she had an audience of 96,000 people. Melbourne came alive with Swifties, the name often given to Taylor Swift's fans for the widely anticipated Eras tour, which takes fans on a journey through her musical eras.
Show that we have done on this tour or any tour I have ever done.
Prima Kutumi, Pantamai.
The third T20 international match between Sri Lanka and Afghanistan are being played at present in Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium.
Batting first, Afghanistan scored 209 runs for 5 wickets in 20 overs.
Their behavior.
Winning the toss, Afghanistan decided to bat first. Hasmatullah Sasi and Rahmullah Gurbaz opened the Afghanistan innings. They made 88 runs for the opening partnership. Rahmullah Gurbaz scored 70 runs and Hazratullah Sasi scored 45 runs. In bowling, Matish Patirana and Akhil Dhananjaya claimed 2 wickets each. Sri Lanka team has made 4 changes in the team today. Accordingly, Dhananjaya De Silva, Charit Asalanka, Mahesh Tikshana and Binura Fernando, who played for the first 2 matches, do not play for today's game. Instead, Kusal Janit Pereira have been included in the team.
Prima Kutumi, Pantamai.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on ChannelEye. Good night.